Hi, I'm going to show you how to use my new bevel lettering brush for Procreate. I'm going to show you how to make this letter B. Alright, so go into the palette provided and pick the second color in. You're going to get your bevel brush and you're going to pull it and hold it until it snaps. It'll say line created. That's going to be the first part of our B. Next, open another layer. You're going to make a curve. Hold it again until it snaps. And then you can go and you can adjust those little blue dots. You can adjust the shape of it. Once you've done that, if you want to go in, you can go and clean up the lines. This is why I like to do it in a different layer, because you can really clean up the lines without affecting the one below it. All right, now you're going to open your layers, create a new layer, and you're going to do the same thing. The bottom of the B is going to be a bigger curve. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to snap it until it does the curve, and then you can take those little blue lines and adjust it. You're going to want to adjust it so that it's right over top of the other one, because that line is going to merge together. Alright, so now merge it all together, and we're going to take the eraser. This is just personal preference. I like to go over the line, and it's going to, even if you're going slow, as long as you're holding it, it's going to still snap. But if you don't want to do the entire thing, you can just erase it so that it matches up. And then you can go and take those little blue dots again and wiggle them around until it matches up to where you want it. And I just love having this little line that follows in my brush, because even if I'm going over it with the eraser, I have a line to follow. I don't have to guess. So now I'm going to go and I'm just going to do the same thing on the smaller curve, and I'm going to make sure that it matches up with that other line, because that line needs to be connected. And then once I have that done, I'm going to take those little blue lines again, and I'm going to make sure that everything is matched up. All right, so now I'm going to erase just under the small curve of the B, just to create that beveled line right there. And then I'm going to go and erase the edges at the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to go into my palette, and I'm going to get the darkest pink, so the one to the farthest right, and I'm going to drag it to the edge of my B. And because it's erased, I can just autofill. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to hit clipping mask, and I'm going to pick my monoline brush, and I'm going to go into the inside of the top curve, and I'm going to add, this is going to show our shadows, so the inside of the top curve and the inside of the bottom curve, not the entire way, just part of it. Alright, so you're then going to go into your palette and get the next darkest pink. You'll see me tap it, and what you're going to do is you're going to put it on top of the B. Depending on your perspective is going to change where you're going to want to put these different colors, but for me, I'm having the light source coming from the bottom right, so we're going to put it on the top, and then you'll see the next spots to put it inside the curves. Next, you're going to open your palette and get the middle pink. Open a new layer, and you're going to hit clipping mask. And the reason for this is because you're going to want to keep these two pinks separate so that if you make any mistakes, it's easier to clean up. So you're going to then put the pink underneath. And I forgot to do this next part. So this is going to be the second darkest pink. You're going to put just on the top of that larger curve for the B. And then make sure that you're staying in the same layer that color's in. Now you're going to go to the middle pink and add that to the bottom of the small curve of the B. Alright, and then once you have that done, you're going to go in and just clean up all those edges inside of the curve, and you'll see what I'm doing in a second. You're going to merge those two layers together now because you can blend those. But you're going to go in and just erase, if you can see what I'm doing, erase those corners where they meet up. So go around, erase those, and then this next part, I'm just going to go in and make sure that all my lines are clean and just zoom in and check if there's any spots that I maybe missed some color and just fill it in. All right, so now that you have those colors merged together, you're going to take the little blending tool. It's the one that looks like a finger pointing. So take that, and when you open it, go into the airbrush and pick the small and set it to about medium. You're then going to go around and just gently blend it so that it starts to all become blended together. It might take a little bit of practice to really get the blending the way you want it to look, but this is a really fun part to just watch it all come together. So go around and start gently blending all of the colors together. You can do really small blending at first and then go over it really gently with a bigger blend, and that kind of ties it all together really nicely. All right, now you're going to create a new layer. So go into your layers, create a new layer, and put it below everything. You're going to pick that first color now. And what you're going to do is get your monoline, and you're now going to go and fill it in. And this is just going to be that highlight part of where all the beveled edges meet. So go around and fill in all of the spots that you had erased with this first pink color. All right, and that is the last of it. And there you have it. You have created a beveled bee. You can go ahead and merge those layers together, and you have done it. Now I'm going to show you a few different tips and tricks about this brush. There are a few things. You can put it in a circle and hold it, and it'll snap into a circle. You can also do the letter S, but if you hold it for too long, it's going to snap into that C. Then you can also do the line and snap it like we did with the B. But one thing you might notice, see how that little jagged part happened? You might see that like here. I'm going to circle it with the monoline. Sometimes it does this little blip. It's kind of the nature of the brush, but just keep practicing and you'll be able to get those smooth lines. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this. You can get this set if you don't already have it in my Etsy. I have the link below.